Hey guys, so today is Thursday and we had actually today a really high volatile day. We had high impact news at 8:30 and I will going to do a quick trade breakdown. So as you can see right here we have the daily chart. That's today's trading day. So we actually traded quite bearish lower, scrapped lots of daily sell liquidity, and now we are actually trading back, so creating like the daily wick right here. We are still trading within lots of higher time frame gaps as well, so relatively difficult trading conditions because we have high resistance in here. We are only trading within a range, and we basically still not decided if we will retrace from here lower or if we still continue our up trend to the upside. So yeah, still kind of like more slower price action lately, but still on a lower time frame we are actually delivering quite well. So that's actually the hourly chart. As you can see right here, we trended lower within Asia, really sold off heavily, and then from there London reversed and New York Open Kill Zone continued lower. We failed to do to take out the low right here. So actually with the AM session right here, we basically traded to the upside once more again. So basically could not continue our trend to the downside. We are now actually sweeping the New York Open Kill Zone buy sell liquidity. So let's drop to a 50-minute chart. Right here you can see basically all important levels. So 8:30 opening, midnight opening, and also 9:30 opening. And basically still trading within the opening prices. So basically our expansion was done after the Asian session. Since then we were only basically trading within the price range. And before we drop lower, I want to show you regular trading hours. So what I really like right here is the fact that we had a bearish Fabel gap, not bearish Fabel gap, a bearish new opening range gap. So to the downside, which consists of minus 148 handles. So therefore we are in trending conditions on the regular trading hours chart, and therefore we want to see NQ to basically trade back to the upper quadrant. So that's basically our target, especially if we fail to trade lower and we see basically upwards momentum, then we are looking for the upper quadrant of the new opening range gap. So basically with that we can drop to ES. So ES was actually kind of different to NQ. We also did trade it lower within the Asian session and definitely scrapped also daily sell liquidity. But we were definitely more bullish on ES because we failed to take out London lows. Therefore, we had a bullish S&T on ES. ES trading higher, sorry guys, and already taking out the New York Open Kill Zone buy sell liquidity within the AM session, which basically NQ failed to do. So let's go back to NQ. As you can see right here, we took out London lows, so therefore we have a bearish S&T, and we failed to take out New York Open Kill Zone buy sell liquidity within the AM session. So we only did this basically right now. So let's drop to a 1-minute chart. Now it's getting more interesting. I want to show you my executions for today. So basically right here you can see the AM session delivery. We opened right here at 9:30, traded lower, swept New York Open Kill Zone, sell liquidity. Basically from there sold off heavily. Nothing in here I want to take because we just sold off heavily, trading away from our regular trading hours new opening range gap. So we were really patient, also like really early in the day, and formed our low basically perfect at 10 a.m. And from there on, I was actually not expecting right on actually the really bullish retracement right here, but then with basically also trading above the midnight opening price, and also with having basically the S&T in mind, the regular trading hours direction, so basically the upper quadrant in mind that we want to reach for NQ before we continue trading lower, and also the fact that we had like the price range right here. I looked basically for consequent encroachment to reach, and also for the upper quadrant. So and because we also did basically displace aggressively through all the higher time frame gaps right here, I was convinced that we would basically have a retracement as a market maker buy model. And we also had a smart money reversal. Why? Because we had SMT, we had the right time, so we are within the 10-year macro, and we have also CSD, so a change in the state of delivery. We are disrespecting bearish PD arrays, especially, for example, the inversion favor gap right here. But I did not wanted to enter something in here right on, because we had not really a retracement, so I wasn't really able to enter, and therefore I was really patient, because sometimes if we trade aggressively higher and really have low resistance trading conditions higher, then we can basically sometimes reverse with low resistance as well. So it could be that we only trade into a 5-minute bearish fair value gap, for example, into the fair gap right here, and then from there on we retrace deeply and sell off and basically sell off once more into the high time frame fair gap right here, for example, because we are still in a downtrend. But with especially closing above the midnight opening price, and also how we delivered within the inversion fair gap right here, convinced me that we are definitely in a bullish sentiment, in a bullish market maker buy model. And because we also, the wick right here traded perfectly to the close, to the low of the inverted fair gap, we also had a suspension block right here, and the bodies closed perfectly at consequent encroachment. And if we also take our price range, so from the low right here and the high right here, we can see that we are still below consequent encroachment. So therefore this is actually your silver bullet fair value gap, which occurs within a discount, and therefore I entered right here, actually a bit late, could have been a bit lower, would have been better, but still I really liked how we delivered right here. I also added right here, because on the 5-minute chart, what we want to see in low resistance is that we displace through consequent encroachment, and we did that right here. So I was content and also had the conviction that we would not be done right here, so that we would reach higher, because we closed above consequent encroachment. And did basically, if we would have failed to close above consequent encroachment, then I would not have added right here, because then it could have been more problematic that we would eventually retrace lower from here. But because we close above consequent encroachment, I'm convinced that we are still reaching for higher prices, eventually even for the 9:30 opening price. Why? Because then we are trading back into the new opening range gap of regular trading hours. And I was also looking for the equal buy-sell liquidity right here, which is a session buy-sell liquidity as well. So from New York Open kill zone buy-sell liquidity. So therefore I added right here, and I'm really content with the add. I actually had relatively low drawdown in here, and from there we delivered higher, and I took one partial right here because we already had SMT with VS right here, and also took one off right here, so basically with the candle which formed the high right here, so definitely perfect. We also created once more SMT. NQ was still really slow compared to ES. ES was already overpriced and reached the external liquidity, and especially because we also reached the upper quadrant of the price range, we want to take partials, because if we trade a market maker buy model, we want to target external liquidity and take partials at internal liquidity definitely, and we always have to reach at least the upper quadrant for market maker buy model. And if we trade a expansion on the higher time frame, we can also target external liquidity. But in that case, because we are basically in a more bearish day, so the daily chart was bearish, and we are also created a huge SMT with ES, so NQ was definitely lower. I took one more off right here, and that was the right decision. So because then with also reaching 10:30, so 1 hour after our opening, we traded lower and traded back to the lower quadrant of the price range. So therefore, actually right here, you could have entered short. Why? Because right here we have also a smart money reversal, because we already reached basically with the SMT our external liquidity. So therefore we have external liquidity SMT right here. Therefore, yeah, that's actually a really important SMT because it's with external liquidity and also with session liquidity. Then we also have the right time because 10:30 is 1 hour after opening, and that's like a kind of a inside macro. So it's not really a macro, but I treat it like a macro. So for me, 10:30 is a really decision point where the market tends to start spooling. And we also have a really clean CST in here because we have the inversion FVG gap, which gets respected perfectly. So right here we still close within it, but we only traded to consequent encroachment, close below it, traded back to it, displaced lower, traded once more back, and then yeah, we continue to trade lower. So right here you could have entered actually short. So at the candle right here would have been perfect, a short opportunity, basically a smart money reversal. I'm kind of I would have liked that we would reach even extra liquidity in that case because we are more in bearish conditions and the market maker buy model was only a retracement. Therefore, I kind of expect that we would reach extra liquidity at the downside. But still, yeah, that the trade right here just shows to you once more that we have to take partials at the upper or lower quadrant of a price range because as you can see right here, we traded to it twice, even 3 times, and then once more traded higher, and now we were able to take out the external buy side liquidity. So yeah, that's basically today's trading day, and I only took one win today, which was the one right here, as you can see. So still clean delivery. What I like about the trade is the fact that we traded aligned with regular trading hours direction. And also like delivery within the inversion FVG gap right here, because we have also a clean market maker sell model to the downside on the left side, and then we have a market maker buy model on the right side, which is low resistance as well. Therefore, we can expect that the PD arrays on the left side will basically get disrespected and as resistance, and they basically get turned into support, and then after we close above it, we can expect support from the bearish PD arrays, which now are basically inversion PD arrays. For example, the bearish FVG gap turns into inversion FVG gap, and therefore we really like the delivery in here. And yeah, that's basically it for today. Tomorrow is also Friday, and I think I'm still expecting a relatively clean day for tomorrow because we're just now after FOMC. So yeah, if you if I don't trade tomorrow, I will see you next week, I guess. So yeah, see you soon.